case. I love the Bourne film series. That's what Grifter is. The Grifter comic.
Who doesn't like the Bourne series?
I love the. That's what I said. I love the Bourne series.
But who doesn't? Those are good movies.
People who don't like shaky cam, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, that would get
some people who really don't like shaky cam, because especially the second and third movie is like total shake time.
Did you ever read On the Road by Jack Kerouac?
I did, yes.
I recently read it within the last 2 months, and right away in reading it, it got me realizing Dean Moriarty could be Grifter.
Yeah, Dean Moriarty could be Grifter.
Or at very least could be Grifter's father, because Dean Moriarty lays it down a lot. But you see, I wasn't reading Grifter, and I probably won't.
No, that's...
But Grifter is... The thing that always got me is that Grifter is a con artist. Yeah. He's somebody who... That's not a title you would use for a hero. You would use it for an anti-hero.
Yeah.
I'd certainly believe Deadpool was a grifter.
Yeah.
I'd certainly believe Gambit would be a grifter.
Yeah.
But are they playing him up like a grifter? Is he living up to his name potential?
I don't know. They're really playing the book like the Bourne series. Like, I mean, he doesn't have the...
Look, that would still make sense. If he's on the run and he's got elements chasing him, he's going to have to con his way out of situations. So that would make sense.
Well, they treat the book more like... there is some grifting elements, but the book, to me, is more of a mix between MacGyver and Jason Bourne.
But then they have to explain how he gets the name Grifter.
They never do that. See, the thing with the comic is, for the first 8 issues, with Nathan Edmondson's run, I like Nathan Edmondson. He's one of those people who I will usually read his writing, because it was just, this is Cole, he's a grifter, okay, and he's on the run from aliens. That was the first 8 issues. That was the entire plot development for the first 8 issues was, he's a grifter, he's on the run from aliens, the end.
But yet there was something about that was enough for you to keep buying.
For me, it was because the reason I kept buying it, and the reason I still buy it, is because it fills that void of just pure adrenaline-filled action comic.
Okay.
And I mean, well,
no, that's good.
Well, to give you an example, he's on the run from Green Arrow at one point, and he kicks out the windshield and jumps on the roof of the car, all while still driving the car. Takes the seatbelt, wraps it around the steering wheel, stands on it, and shoots it, all while driving it with his seatbelt.
That's a variation on the Mr. Bean plot. Exactly.
And then later on, in Nathan Edmondson's final issue, he slides down the Eiffel Tower.
That sounds fun.
With he just goes, screw it, and he jumps off the Eiffel Tower and just slides down the Eiffel Tower with 2 Uzis shooting at aliens. And it's just a giant, fun kind of comic. What I've noticed, though, is then a lot of people, they brought on Rob Liefeld with issue 9, and there were people who were like, no, I'm not reading anymore, and they just kind of tossed it aside. I was like, Grifter is a giant 90s action comic that's completely over the top and pointless. Who can write that? Rob Liefeld. This is a Rob Liefeld book, not written by Rob Liefeld. It screams him, and I believed that, you know what, if I can just make it through these 8 issues, that, you know, when he takes over for issue 9,
so you can admit you had to know.
Yeah, I will fully admit I was totally in denial. Okay. But what I was happy to see was with issue 9, it was so exponentially better than the first,
Rob Liefeld.
With Rob Liefeld.
So he delivered.
He delivered more than I had ever expected him to.
Rob Liefeld delivers.
I know, that's a sentence that... But what's funny is because...
That's going to be a meme on Chive.
Yeah, which is really interesting because he killed Savage Hawkman and Deathstroke. When he took over for issue 9 with those 2, he absolutely said, Deathstroke, Hawkman, come here. You need to come back behind the shed. Bye, Old Yeller. You know, it was just one of those...
But in their defense, I think those 2 titles were dying.
Those two titles were dying already. DC just wanted to gently put them to sleep.
I wonder if it would be a neat job to be the writer go-to to close out a title.
Liefeld's that person, it seems.
How fun would that be? Because you would... do they give you free reign to write whatever you want?
I know.
And just go in and write whatever you need to write.
This comic's gonna die. It's gonna die with issue 12, and you know what? You're gonna keep it going. But that was one of those funny ironies where I think DC brought on Rob Liefeld to kill those 3 titles, and he killed 2 and revived the other. It's still not Scott Snyder or Jeff Lemire, but you know what? In its own right, it might as well be Jeff Lemire compared to Nathan Edmondson's version.